Right now at 6, there have been 3 tornadoes confirmed here in central Ohio, an EF3 in Orchard Island that spread across the Indian Lake area, and an EF1 in Licking County, plus an EF2 in Crawford County.
Right now, crews are still working to survey damage in Delaware County. Thanks for sticking with us at 6. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. Now, we do know that 3 people have died because of those storms in the EF3 tornado up in Logan County.
You can see the damage here, the destruction from overhead in Drone 10. Our crews have also been on the ground throughout the day, including 10 TV's Angela Ann and Jerry Martz. They've been right in the middle of the chaos all day.
Andrew, Yolanda, I want you to just take a look at this. This is a Mexican restaurant that really got hit. That patio rooftop is down. Clearly, it is not open now, so it's going to be some time before they clean up. I spoke with a cook who says there were 20 people inside this restaurant when that tornado came through. They all sheltered behind a bar. But really, we talked to so many people who said they did whatever they had to do to find a way to escape this tornado. I want you to see some video from a gentleman that we talked to. He has 2 cottages, and I said, well, what did you do? Here's what he said. He was inside his cottage on Maple Street. It's right behind the Indian Head restaurant that a lot of people here know. Rick Rusick says his bathroom was the most interior part of his cottage, and the only thing that looked sturdy was the toilet. So he said he literally wrapped himself around that toilet and held on. Once that tornado passed, he came out of the bathroom and saw his 2 cottages just destroyed. I asked him, will you talk to us about what happened? He was clearly very traumatized about what he just went through. And can you imagine walking out of just a bathroom and just seeing the rest of your cottage simply gone? That's what people here in Logan County experienced. And I know, Jerry, you've been talking to so many people who have similar stories.
It is absolutely incredible, the perseverance and the people that have those stories telling. One other thing I've actually seen over the past half hour or so, Angela, is people walking out with what they can carry. There's no power, no gas. Well, there's still water and some sewage, but it doesn't do any good. You really don't have to, you can't survive or stay here, especially with the cool nights coming up and it's really into next week. So people are carrying baskets, some armloads of things, and some personal effects and belongings. And as you heard earlier from other people, including some of the folks that you interviewed, they will persevere and rebuild, but it's going to take time. And this is, as we're walking around surveying the damage and the finish of the day, we're really looking at the opportunity to assess some of this in a real up close. We're seeing boats stacked upon boats. We're seeing buildings and buildings, items that have been displaced hundreds of feet, if not more. And that's just what we can see from the ground. So it really is telling just the power of these storms. And we, in fact, are next to a building where Bob Weiner actually rode the storm out as he was finishing up his work last night.
Rode out the storm. I opened the door once and it tried to jerk the door out of my hand.
Wow.
When I was still in there, and I got it back shut, and I stayed there until it calmed down a little bit. Then I come out and it was a mess.
Was there enough light when you came out to kind of get a sense of what happened?
Yeah.
And what was your reaction when you came out of that room?
Holy crap. It was bad.
And Bob shared with us that it was looking ominous. He got a notification from his son by way of a phone call, Lanny, to get into a safe place. I'll put that nicely. There's some colorful language involved there, but Bob was able to smile and just think back in a short time ago on how it was a very treacherous situation that ended up for him okay. We are on Orchard Island right now where things, the first full day kind of coming to a close. A lot of progress has been made, but a lot of work to be done. And I'm sure in the coming days and weeks and months, that it will. Back to you, Yolanda. Andrew?
All right. Thank you, Jerry. Oh, just the devastation. You just,
yeah.
My heart goes out to everyone out there. Incredible stories coming out of that area.
Yeah, while they're so thankful to be safe there, it is a long road, as you can see from the debris back there, to make sure the folks there have a safe place to stay.
10 TV's Lacey Chris talked to one man who is still working to salvage what he can out there. Lacey?
Well, it's hard to even walk through this mobile home park because there are so many flattened homes and debris, but residents have spent the day cleaning up and salvaging what they could.
So everything's gone. Everything that I had is completely wiped out. I'm trying to scavenge, some clothes, whatever I can get out of here.
Tom Martin has lived here for 30 years. He doesn't have insurance.
He destroyed the living room. Took out that whole wall and the ceiling.
An oak tree has crushed his home, and branches are shooting through Martin's living room. Drone video shows Mother Nature's destruction of the area. Martin considers himself lucky. He wasn't here when the tornado ripped through his community.
If I hadn't have been there, I don't know what would have happened to me, really,
Something he doesn't want to think about.
But it's a good thing I wasn't here.
With the help of family,
If you want to take that, it's a bunch of artwork and stuff where I was going to college, and it's got some drawings and stuff in there.
he's trying to save what's most important.
There's a box of pictures and stuff, and some old coins, stuff that I've had for, 20 or 30 years, and just trying to salvage as much as I can.
So Martin tells me he doesn't know what he's going to do next. He says his kids live nearby, so he's probably going to stay with them until he figures it out. Reporting live, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
Lacey, thanks for sharing that story. As you can imagine, it's been an emotional day around the state. 10 TV's Carla Robner is in Dunn's Pond tonight, and many there are working to survey the damage there as well.
Yeah, that's right. Earlier today, you couldn't even tell that this was a driveway because there were just so many trees that had fallen down and blocked the path. And people have been out here all day working to make these roads passable so people can get in and out. But still, there is a long way to go to recover from the storm in this neighborhood. The storm ripped massive trees out of the ground and tore the roofs off homes. There are several boats we've seen that have been flipped over. We've met a lot of people today who are just in shock to see this damage in what's usually, I'm told, a beautiful and quiet neighborhood. We spoke to one man who was home when the tornado hit. He tells me he doesn't have a basement, and it sounded like a plane was taking off when the tornado hit. He's thankful to be safe, and he was luckier than some of his neighbors, but still has damage to his home, his truck, and his yard.
We're lucky. It's really lucky all the way around. And, we'll fix it up and we can go on. There'll be another day some of these times here, so everything it'll work out.
And the road leading into this neighborhood earlier was just lined with cars, most of them not residents here, but people who wanted to come help out, grabbed a chainsaw and started working in a stranger's backyard. A lot of people here just trying to do what they can. Now let's send it over to 10 TV's Doug Petcash, who is at Indian Lake High School. Doug?
Carla, thank you very much. I'm here because the governor and lieutenant governor came here to talk about what they saw after they took a tour of the hardest hit areas by the tornado in the Indian Lakes area. They came here to talk about what they saw and how the state is going to help people. The governor also said he's just so impressed by what he's seeing right here at Indian Lake High School. All of this stuff donated today by people wanting to help those affected by the storm. And a lot of people need the help. The governor and lieutenant governor described the damage as devastating. The governor says his heart goes out to those who have been injured and those who have died. He also says the state will do everything it can to help those who lost homes and businesses. And he's so impressed by the spirit of the people. So is 4th District Congressman Jim Jordan.
I had the chance to talk to some people who have lost their house or lost part of their house or who had been in some way impacted, and to see their spirit and their resilience and their toughness, how strong they are, it's just absolutely amazing to me.
I talked to the sheriff when we walked in. He says, when you step in the gym, you're not gonna believe it. And he was right. It's like in less than 24 hours. It shows the kind of good people we have in, here in God's country in Ohio.
Now, state leaders say right now the focus is on damage assessments to figure out financial assistance. And by the way, at Indian Lake High School, they are the Lakers, and they call all of this you see behind me, the support Lake effect. Live at Indian Lake High School, Doug Petcash, 10 TV News.